right, you guys, we are going to get right into it. And we're actually going to do just a really brief warm-up while I'm telling you about the day. Let's go ahead and get started with some arm circles. So we are on the ground today for both cardio and ab work. And what that means is that we are actually going to be doing a fair amount of upper body and, yes, wrist work today too. Lots of work in the plank position. So I want to make sure that our arms and shoulders are really ready for that. I know sometimes when I just go straight into planking work, it gets real tough on my shoulders and my wrists a little bit. And I will tell you that we've only got 6 exercises today, but 5 of them are very easily modifiable by using an elevated surface. And what that means is, let's go ahead and do some arm crossers as well. What that means is that you can put your hands on like a coffee table or the side of your couch or a chair, something elevated that will help you not have to fight gravity so much. When we're all the way down on the ground in a plank position, your upper body is holding all of your body weight. That's what's so tough about these exercises. So getting a little bit further up off the ground alleviates some of that gravitational pull and makes it just a little bit easier. Not so tough on your shoulders, not so tough on your wrists. So please feel free to modify this workout as needed. Here's what it looks like. We are going to do 3 cardio exercises as Tabata. What that means is that I've got my handy dandy gym boss here set for intervals of 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest, and we go 8 rounds in a row before we get to move on to the next thing. The next thing is going to be untimed though, and that's where our body weight abs comes in. We're going to get started with a Tabata of mountain climbers. Oh yes, right in that plank position, right on our wrists, right from the get-go. So here we go with 20 seconds of work. And we are working as fast as we can. This is high heart rate cardio, and I am going to do my best to use my counter fingers to make sure that we don't go too many rounds or too few. So running those knees to your chest, nice and quick. 20 seconds of work. When it beeps, we get to take 10 seconds of rest. Alrighty, but 10 seconds of rest, not super duper long. That was number 1. I'm moving my counter finger over. I've got this all planned out. In a plank position, it's hard to use your counter fingers. Here we go again with those mountain climbers. Nice and fast, bringing our heart rate up. Starting to move and groove. So, we are going to do these cardio Tabatas to get our heart rate up. And then we've also got some body weight abs today too. Whew, there's 2 of them done. Whew, resting in this tabletop position. Kind of gives you a little bit of a break. Still work on your shoulders and your arms though, your wrists, but a little bit better than these mountain climbers. Running those knees to your chest. Getting that heart rate up. It doesn't take any jumping to get your heart rate up. This is not what I would necessarily call, 3 of them done. Not what I would necessarily call low impact. I know we are doing a lot of like jumping from this plank position. So I'm not billing this as a low impact workout today. You can make this lower impact, again, by modifying. You can make almost anything low impact. You don't really have to jump to get your heart rate up. Really, even just being in this plank position gets your heart rate up. Woo, 4 of them done. We are halfway done. That hand is done. Now I'm moving on to this hand. When it beeps again, we're going to go again with mountain climbers. Here we are. Already feeling this work. I was thinking about this today. I haven't done a Tabata in a while. I used to do a lot of them. Whew, that was 5, and they're tough. I think that's why I haven't done one in a while, is because they really are very difficult. They're very repetitive, so it takes a lot of mental work to get through this workout too. You really have to set your mind that you're just going to keep going, even when the going gets tough. I like workouts like that. I like working on my mental strength as well as my physical strength. Awesome. All right, 6 of them done. That means we only have 2 more to go. We can do 2 more. We can totally do 2 more. They're only 20 seconds. How hard can it be, right? Here we go. Nice and fast. This is Well, it's not a no repeat, obviously, because we're doing 8 work intervals, but it's a no repeat in the sense of when we are done with these mountain climbers, we're not going to do any more mountain climbers. That was 7 of them done. And that means that the next interval is the last interval of mountain climbers. And here we go. Let's make it our best one. Last one, best one. Awesome job. It did not take long for the sweat to be dripping in my eyes. I'm already looking forward to turning the timer off and moving into body weight abs. And I will tell you that we actually get to lay on our backs for this first one here. Now this is the only one that you really can't modify by using an elevated surface. You can modify this exercise by bending your knees. It's starfish. And we're going to do 25 on each side. And what that means is we're going to reach our opposite hand for our opposite foot. There's 1, up and up. There's 2, and up. There's 3. There's 4. Already grunting. Wow, that did not take long at all. There's 5, 6, 7. Nice and quick on this, even though it's not cardio. 8, 9, 10. There's 11. That's 12. 13. There's 14. And 15. 16. 17, 18, 19, there's 20. We're almost there, you guys. 21, 22, 23, 24, and this one is 25. Awesome. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. Whew. Fixing my shirt. You know, I have to be really careful about the shirts that I wear when we're doing these kinds of exercises. Coming up next, yes, it's time for another Tabata. We're going to do Rockettes. This means more work on your hands. We're in a crab crawl position. Big kicks. You are welcome to have your hands on an elevated surface to make this go for you. Nice big kicks, fast as you can go. This is cardio all over. It's Tabata time again. And that means that we're moving as fast as we can. I know those starfish actually went pretty fast too. It's funny how that happens. Awesome. Oh, this is such a nice resting position though. Just sit your booty down and we're resting. How nice. First one is done. Yes, I've got my counter finger behind me now this time. I'm starting on my right hand this time for no good reason, but that finger was already ready already. Nice big kicks. Awesome. I always feel like such a star when I'm doing Rockettes. Trying to get that knee all the way to your nose. I never have. Quite possibly never will. 10 seconds of rest. Whew, 2 of them done. Definitely got sweaty very quickly with this workout today. Nice big kicks. I always notice that with Tabatas. 20 seconds does not seem like a lot of work. On paper, when you're thinking about it or reading the description, it's like, oh, 20 seconds of work. All right, you know, how hard can that be? And yet, for some reason, doing 8 of them in a row, that was 3 though, doing 8 of them in a row, it really does get very sweaty. I think it's because the 10 seconds of rest isn't quite long enough. Here we go again with number 4. It's not quite long enough to bring your heart rate all the way back down. So you stay in that elevated heart rate zone for the whole 4 minutes. And that's some good work. That's how we burn calories. That's how we burn fat. That's how we get fit. 4 of them done. We are halfway done. We are done with the right hand and moving on to the left. Okay, and here we go. This one's number 5. And I always notice about Tabatas that the 3rd interval always feels like the toughest because you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is so difficult and we've only done 3. How will I ever get to 8? But then by the 5th interval, it's like, oh, well, we're more than halfway done. Like that one right there, the 5th interval. We're more than halfway done. I could totally do 3 more. If I survived 5, we could totally survive 3 more. And here we go. This one's number 6. Big kicks. Now, if you're feeling like you need to move to an elevated surface, again, I'm going to tell you, feel free to modify this. You know, it's kind of nice with a workout like this to maybe just have an elevated surface nearby, go back and forth, you know, doing some modifications, maybe not every time, half the time, 2/3 of the time. Whatever works for you totally works for me. What I want from you is a nice high heart rate. We've got 2 more to go. This one is number 7. Nice big kicks. Awesome job. And I will tell you that after the next one, we get to do more untimed work. I know, I'm not sure if that untimed work was easier or harder though, huh? Awesome, okay. We're almost done with the second hand of fingers. 7 of them done. This one's number 8. And here we go, last one, best one, that's right. Big kicks, faster feet. You've got this. You are doing such a great job. Yeah, I'm grunting for the cardio too, huh? I know. That's what happens when we get going really fast. All right, 8 of them done. Okay, you guys. Coming up next, untimed. 25 of these guys, but we get to count the easy way, not an easy exercise. It's elbow plank to pikes. So we're in a plank position, down on our elbows. So your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. You're in a plank position. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're pushing up to a pike and coming back down. Yes, indeed, this is all shoulders. There's 2, trying to get that forehead on the ground and then coming all the way back down into a plank. Really good plank in between is actually the most important part. There's 3, up and down. There's 4. You can be on your hands for this one. If being on your elbows is too tough, that's totally okay. That's 5 and 6. Using your abs to pull those hips up in the air. That's 7. And down, there's 8. Making sure you get level each and every time. It's real easy to keep those hips up. That's 9. Well, easy is a relative word. There's 10. Up and down. That's 11. And 12. This isn't fast work, but man, the heart is pounding. There's 13. More than halfway done. There's 14. Keeping that neck neutral when you come back up into the plank position, or down, I guess. 15. Up and down. There's 16. Trying to keep your feet in one position. Mine are sliding a little bit. There's 17. But as much as possible. There's 18. Doing a little gut check. Making sure your shoulders and your elbows are still aligned. There's 19. So if your arms have slid forward a little bit, you can correct that. There's 20. Just 5 more. All the way up. 21. Oh, arms are shaking. 22. And 23. There's 24. And check us out. Oh, that's 25. Whew, very nice work. I know. For that not being cardio, my heart is pounding. But we do have another cardio. Yay! I know you were totally looking forward to this. Coming up next, our last Tabata, our last cardio Tabata, is plank jacks. You are welcome to modify this however you need to. Hands on an elevated surface. You can do plank tick-tocks if you'd rather, so that it's not so much jumping. Whatever you need to do. I'm going to be in a high plank up on my hands and wrists. You could be down on your elbows. However you want to get this done is how we are getting this done. All right, and here we go. 20 seconds of plank jacks. I'm super glad we're not trying to count. Well, obviously I'm counting the intervals, but I'm not trying to count the plank jacks. That way you can do plank tick-tocks. You can absolutely make this a little bit easier or tougher. It would be tougher if you were down on your elbows. Okay, first one's done. I'm going to do my left hand again. I got to think about which of my counter fingers I'm going to use on this one. And here we go again. Second interval. Keeping that body nice and level. Really thinking about the plank position. But also, since this is cardio, thinking about moving as quickly as you can. And if that means doing the TikToks, then that's totally okay. I know sometimes with the plank position, it's like really, really hard to move your feet that quickly and still hold your core in, so you can go faster going one leg at a time. And here we go. Interval number 3. Remember, this is the one that feels the toughest because this already is tough, but you are tougher. I promise we will get through this whole Tabata. Excellent. That was 3. We're almost done with one hand. See? Now you understand the magic of the way I'm counting. Not using the thumbs. Here we go again. Means that we get through the hand quicker. Awesome job. This one is hard not to grunt, huh? Really holding in that core. That's our focus this month. Core-tober is upon us. Thinking about good, strong stabilizer muscles. We are halfway done with this Tabata. Moving on to the other hand. And here we go. Plank jacks. Excellent. Moving quickly. Sweat is dripping down my arms right now. It's funny how my arms feel very sweaty today. Excellent. That was number 5. Almost getting into like a child's pose here for this 10 seconds of rest. Here we go again. That was number 5. You guys remember how I said once we're done with 5, it's like, oh, okay, we can totally do this. This one's already number 6, and number 6 sounds like a lot. Sounds really close to number 8. We've got this. Very nice. 6 of them done. Arms are so shaky. Core is starting to wish that it could take a little break. 10 seconds, just enough. And then here we go again. You guys, this one's number 7. That's awesome. That means that we are almost there. Very nice work, okay. Next one is the last one, and the last one, you know what I'm going to say. The last one is the best one. Everything you've got, guys. This is the last of our cardio. It's just 20 seconds. You can do this. Thinking about tightening up those glutes, working from your hips, working from your abs. And that was 8. All right. Okay, you guys. Final bodyweight abs. Counting rather than timing. It's a toe hold crossbody lift. Okay, you've done crossbody crunches before if you've done some of my workouts before. What that means is that we are going to reach across your body. You're going to grab hold of your toe, and yes, you're going to keep your butt on the ground while you do that part, because then you're going to lift. And all the way down. If you can't grab your toe, grab your shin or your calf, someplace across your body, and lift. This is actually as much butt work as belly work. That was 1, by the way, because 1 on each side, of course, equals 1. There's 2. And up. This one's much, much slower. And up. There's 3. And up. There's 4. Arguably, I think grabbing my foot is the hardest part. Isn't that funny? There's 5. Well, maybe funny is the wrong word for it, but oh, that booty. Because you guys, your core is not just your abs. There's 6. I know a lot of people think abs, abs, abs when they think core. But your core, There's 7. It's actually everything in your torso. It's your chest muscles too, and your back muscles to a much smaller extent than the upper body there. There's 8. But your glutes and your abs work together to keep you strong for everything else that you do. There's 9. You really can't run or catch a ball or climb stairs or do almost anything, really. That was 10. We're making good progress without using your core, without using your abs and your butt. And the stronger they are, that was 11. It's 11 and a half. I am still counting, I promise. There's 12. So the stronger your core is, the easier you can do everything. It is literally the foundation of everything that we do. Working on our core, there's 14, is absolutely vital to being a good athlete. And I know you want to be a good athlete. There's 15. Whoo, doggies. I had a feeling this one was going to take us a while. There's 16. But that sounds like we're getting there. 16 sounds much closer. In fact, 17 sounds even closer than that. And up. Whoo, the booty is feeling it. There's 18. The abs are feeling it. The shoulders are feeling it. We are getting some good work here. There's 19. And up. Excellent. Oh my gosh, there's 20. You guys, we've only got 5 more. You can totally do 5 more. There's 21. Woo, almost fell out of that one. And up. Really thinking about good form. There's 22. And up. Whew. And 23. Just 2 more. Up. And up. That's 24. And that means this one, you guys, right there and right there is 25. We are done. Oh my goodness. But not quite finished. If you've done my workouts before, you knew there was going to be something else. And after doing that last exercise, aren't you like, what could be harder than that? This is what could be harder than that. A plank Tabata. Okay, you guys. 8 rounds. Yes. 20 seconds in a front plank. 10 seconds in a side plank. We're going to go back and forth between the side planks, so we're only going to end up doing 4 on each side. That's how I'm going to try and use my little counter fingers. I'm going to be in a high plank and possibly a low plank for some of them if I can manage that. You do what you got to do to get through this. You can be on your knees, you can be on an elevated surface, you can be right there with me. Let's get going on that finisher. Starting with a front plank. It's just 20 seconds. I am going to turn my back to you for the first side plank, and I am going to be in a somewhat modified side plank. I'm going to have my feet staggered, so I'll be up on my hand with my feet staggered. For the side plank, again, you can modify however you want to. You can be down on a knee and an elbow. You can be with stacked feet. You can have staggered feet on a hand or on an elbow. Either one totally works for me. Awesome, first one done. Yes, I'm using my counter fingers again. I started with my left hand this time. This is going to be plank number 2, or this is plank number 2. And then I'm going to turn towards the camera for side plank number 2. I'm really thinking about very, very, very good form on this plank. Here we go into that side plank, which almost feels like a little bit of a break. Isn't that weird? Side planks are usually so hard. And it feels like a very nice break from that front plank. That was 2 of them done. I'm going to come down on my elbows for this one. A little bit tougher. In fact, a lot tougher. But that's a good challenge for me. And then I'm going to modify that side plank up to the side on a knee and an elbow. And then back to that front plank. Keeping the neck neutral is actually one of the hardest parts of this. Keeping your shoulder blades pulled in and tight so that you're not drooping from your shoulders. Making sure your hips are low but not too low. Up into that side plank. That was number 4. We are halfway done with the planks. Oh, I wanted to be on my, oh, dang it, I wanted to be on my knee. I'm going to get back up on my hands for this high plank. That was 4 of them done. One hand is done. It's really tough to maintain good form when we're doing this long of a plank in a row. I totally get it, which is why anytime you need to like do a little modification to make it a little bit simpler. That was number 5 plank done. And you guys, this is plank number 6. You are doing so awesome. Holding it tight, holding it together. Making sure you're breathing, not holding your breath. Oh, this is that was number 6. I'm going to get back on my elbows for these last 2. Heaven knows why. But I think the side plank in that modified position really is helping me out, helping me get through that. So that was 6 of them done. This is plank number 7, which means that the next front plank is the last front plank. So we're going to get up into this side plank here in just a couple more seconds. Oh yeah, the little bit of a modification. Definitely giving me the will to go on. That was 7 of them done. Here is the very last front plank, you guys, which means that we have just about conquered this beast. This is easily one of the toughest finishers I've ever had us do. When it beeps again, coming up into that very last side plank, here it is, the final 10 seconds. You can totally do this when it beeps again. Last time it's going to beep. And that was it. Oh my goodness. Okay,